let's get this out of the way. Blizzard showed some genuinely cool things in their State of Azeroth video. The housing improvements are exactly what the feature needed. Prop Hunt is genuinely a very fun game mode, and the reintroduction of mid-season single boss raids is something I think the game has needed for a long time now. And yes, I did like Una in BFA, and I will die on that hill. Despite all of this though, many players walked away from the event feeling empty. Why? This announcement was not really for the audience of raiders, key pushers, and arena players that are typically associated with World of Warcraft's player base. It was actually for lifestyle players looking for social-first engagement, long-term and low-pressure play, and WoW as a hobby space features. Not for those seeking challenge, progression, and mastery. This was an event for the section of the community that is already comfortable with where World of Warcraft is going, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that focus. For the rest of the community, none of the core concerns currently driving discussion were addressed. Where are the missing features required to make the new combat model work correctly? Where are the endgame additions and systems previews to get progression players excited for the expansion? Is PvP going to get new meaningful content? When can the community expect real, and necessary, base UI updates and overhauls? What about Classic after Mist of Pandaria is over? Are they doing Warlords of Draenor? Classic Plus? Housing does not answer any of those questions, and it was obviously never meant to. Marketing is communication, even when what is being communicated is unintentional. Repetition in marketing creates a natural hierarchy of priorities. Hierarchy naturally creates winners and losers. Silence about non-housing features places the rest of the player base into a deprioritized category and forces them to draw their own conclusions about if they are still the target audience for this game or not. And Blizzard did not only refuse to mention anything for progression and PvP-focused players to look forward to, but they did not even acknowledge the expansion box changes that caused the discontent in the first place. Two of Midnight's biggest features are the updated combat model and a revamped base UI, but Blizzard did not even mention them in their promotional reel for pre-patch or Midnight at the event. This omission matters more than it might seem. Housing is a cool feature that I have wanted in the game since Burning Crusade. But housing improvements are additive, not orienting. Prop Hunt is a fun game mode to play with your guild, but not in place of dungeon or raid progression. Single boss raids are interesting, but the inclusion begs questions still without them providing answers. Without context, players are left guessing whether this raid is catch-up, progression, or something else entirely. None of this is really bad, it's just not grounding for most of the community. Players are looking for orientation and vision, not just novelty. A 30-minute State of Azeroth presentation implies there would be some sort of direction, synthesis of playstyles, or a unifying vision for the game. Instead, the video came across as a marketing reel for the pre-patch, Midnight, housing, and then a showcase of side paths with no main road. That's why people are calling it a nothing burger, despite there obviously being content in the presentation. When official communications don't resolve uncertainty, players begin filling the vacuum left by Blizzard. Players begin arguing with one another about how they are supposed to feel about all of this. Excitement gets policed by the section of the community that feels underserved, and criticism gets shouted down by the players that are feeling catered to. When direction becomes unclear from the top, the community turns inward and starts infighting over the gaps. This reaction could have been significantly softened if Blizzard had simply offered some glimmer of hope in future patches. It would have acknowledged the fractures currently running through the community and smoothed over the discontent. Simply saying, here's whom this is for, and here's what is coming for everyone else, is all that it would have taken. Nobody expected them to litigate add-on trade-offs, class design, and UI failings in this video. They did expect to get some semblance of hope that their issues would be addressed on the roadmap. Endgame progression players, and even classic players, are just looking for some reassurance that Blizzard still cares about them. And while that second housing CGI video is very well done, and the character actually looks almost exactly like my rogue too, creating 2 Blizzard CGI movies to market housing gives the player base a sense of, I am no longer the target audience, and Blizzard wants me to know it. Blizzard is not failing content-wise. Blizzard is failing contextually. Right now, there is uncertainty in the community that I have not seen since the depths of Shadowlands Season 2. In moments of uncertainty, context matters more than just features, because cool features don't calm anxious communities. Only clear direction and communication does. If you're feeling disconnected from the current direction of the game, you're not imagining it. That reaction has a cause, and that cause is worth examining. Let me know how you feel about the State of Azeroth in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content.